hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. This is DWTT, and I got my man Sam with me. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good, Gary. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. Doing good.
Good, good.
Doing good. Yeah. It might just be the two of us today.
Just
Where
the two of us.
yes, our thoughts are with Mr. Tom and speedy
Yeah,
recovery to him. So,
of course. Yeah, all the best wishes to Tom. Hope
yeah,
you're getting well soon, buddy.
yep, yep. And Spencer's got this thing called work.
Oh
So
my God. Oh my God.
So it'll be us. I think I've posted everything out, but we'll see who joins us. So yeah, big day in the championship. Two
Yep.
teams were vying for the trophy. Leeds went down early on a. What was weird is I thought the defender actually trying to clear it knocked it in as opposed to it hit. It happened so fast. Hits the post and then he couldn't get out of the way and then boom goal. And Plymouth
Yeah.
was like,
Sometimes you just can't
yeah,
help it, can you? Really, with those own goals, you can't really do much about it sometimes.
yeah. It just hit the right way for Plymouth, and
Yeah.
were able to tie it up. But then I think Leeds they put a lot of balls on that goal, just couldn't find a way. And then they just went, one thing that they did, they just said, you know what, we're just going to put some more attacking numbers on the pitch. Have you ever imagined that teams that need a goal actually put more attackers on, realize it's not working, and then put even more attackers on?
Well, you know what? You know what? In their situation, right? I mean, in their situation, when it's the last game of the season and you're actually going for the title, the actual championship title, I would understand. I would just fucking throw everyone in attack because at that point you just want that goal, right? Whereas in normal situations in a normal league game, you're probably not going to want to open yourself up too much because you still want to keep a point or something, right? So yeah. No, but I mean, yeah, it's a good job they did that, and obviously they got that goal, Solomon goal in injury time there, and that's what they needed, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, no, Solomon's been a good player for them all season. They said to give him touches, and every time he does, it's promising. It's
Yeah,
promising.
they've had a few players step up, haven't they, lately? That I mean, the last few weeks they've had Solomon, they've had Piro, Tanaka's been obviously very good for them for a while now. So they've had various players step up for them, which is good. So and even obviously Tom's here, even Willie Nonso, as we like to call him,
Dick's in the
got a
house.
goal for.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
big up BX. There he
Yep.
is, Mr.
Yeah.
Tom. Hope you're well, buddy.
Yep.
Hope you're doing well in hospital.
Yep. And Big Gunner has a word for him. He's saying it's unacceptable that Tom thought being in the hospital was more important than being on the trip. Yeah, some priorities,
It's the
man.
right
Priorities.
time, isn't it? The right time. It's almost like the championship title, like battle was put him in hospital.
Oh no, yeah. He said even though he can't walk, hey, you know what? You can crawl, right? You can drag your feet, so you can
Yeah.
find a way. You find a way. You always find a way. Just kidding. But yeah. No, it's good that he's actually in the chat, so he can actually.
We're happy for
go
Leeds.
with us
We're
here.
happy for
Yeah.
Tom. We're happy for Leeds. It's a great achievement for them. 100 points as well, which is another great achievement. The 100-point club. Burnley
Yep.
got it as well, which is pretty amazing. You got two teams on 100 points at the end of the season, and only one of them can be champions. It's a bit like the whole Liverpool Manchester City situation from the Premier League a few years ago. But still, no. I mean, it's a great achievement for Leeds to finally get that championship trophy. It's great for them. I mean, a few weeks ago, I know it was like all of a sudden they're in third. They had a couple of blips. Tom was getting all riled up and getting pretty pissed off with it. And but football's a fickle thing, isn't it? Those football gods, they're doing their own thing. And you end up with all of a sudden you turn it all around. Sheffield United start shitting the bed with Chris Wilder, and that's it. You're champions with 100 points. So that's what you want.
Ray always says it's a roller coaster, and Leeds had that this season. I mean,
It is a roller coaster.
they didn't lose for like a month or two, but they dropped enough points to keep everybody in the game.
Well, it was a bit strange because they did so well early on, and then they would just push. I mean, like from before Christmas, they were really pushing up and got up to the top. And then you had Sheffield United who were doing well around them, and then Burnley were like dark horses. I mean, they were drawing so many games. They weren't really scoring many goals. They were hardly letting in any goals, but they were like a dark horse, and they kept pushing and pushing. All of a sudden, Burnley's up there. And then just as we get into the last month of the season, that's when Sheffield United and Burnley were doing really well. And all of a sudden, Leeds had a little bit of a blip, a drop in form. And all of a sudden, those three teams were just really fighting it out for those top two spots. And it became a really good, interesting race. And then Leeds managed to pull back their form while Sheffield United dropped form. And that then left Burnley, who kept their momentum going.
I'm sorry, I can't. I'm sorry.
And then so then it's Burnley and Leeds at the top then for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was trying to hold it in. I was watching the celebration for Leeds. For some reason, Nanto's pants were pulled down twice.
I'm not
sure why. They just pulled it down once. He pulled it up. Somebody else pulled it down. I'm like, okay, I get.
I just want to say where that comes from, because there's probably some people like thinking, well, what's that about? Tom knows this. Tom and I have laughed a lot about this. So there was when Leeds went and played Millwall, when the Leeds, there's clips online, people, Millwall fans filmed, basically when the Leeds bus came up to the stadium and they were going to go into the stadium at Millwall. There were Leeds fans right next to Millwall fans right next to the bus shouting out slurs and stuff at the Leeds players, and they're calling Daniel Farker. They call him Daniel Fucker, Daniel Fucker, and then Willie Nonso came out and they said Willie Nonso. I just had to laugh at that because it's just so fucking stupid. But yeah, that's where it comes from.
All right. Yeah. I was watching that and I was like, oh, that was hard to hold in. Now you were talking about the season and like this, if you go back and remember that Sunderland game with the goal that was scored, like the ridiculous goal that was scored in that game to give I think Sunderland got the win out of that, I think they got the win out of that. And then Sunderland had their time in the sun, but they're on at least a 5-game losing streak right now going in.
Yeah, Sunderland completely shit the bed the last part of the season there. But I was just so surprised by Burnley managed to just like from Christmas onwards, they just really, they just kept it going, and then just kept pushing on. And to end up with basically 3 teams doing that well, with Sheffield United included, but ending up with the 2 top spots on 100 points. I mean, that is pretty sensational, to be honest. And then luckily Leeds had the superior goal difference because Leeds have been banging in goals all season. How many goals did they end up with? I haven't got the table.
95, yeah.
They ended up with 95 goals, and that's nearly 100 goals as well, which is really impressive.
Yeah. And that's with them missing who knows how many opportunities especially when they're coming from behind.
Yeah.
And when they're trying to get wins as opposed to draws.
I mean, they could have scored more. I mean, Leeds could have scored more. Obviously, they've missed some chances as well, but still scoring 95 goals is really impressive. And Leeds have been really good attacking. I think Leeds have, as we all know, Leeds have been struggling a little bit at the back. They've, a little bit weak defensively, and especially with their goalkeeper Melio. We know all the issues with him throughout the season, and Farker probably did keep him in goal for too long, giving him too much. What's the word? Too much support. Trying to regain his confidence. That's the thing with a goalkeeper. You see, sometimes you want a goalkeeper to keep playing to regain confidence because it's a bit different with them to outfield players. If you take a goalkeeper off, you drop them, it can knock their confidence, and they might struggle to regain some of that confidence. But so that's why I could understand sort of why Farker kept him going. But then it just got to a point where he just like, no, we can't keep on with this, because he was making mistakes. I mean, serious mistakes nearly every game, costing Leeds goals. So at that point, just had to say, listen, the last few, it's like the last 5 or 6 games, something like that. It's like, no, sorry, we have to drop you now, bring in Darlow, and it worked, which is a good thing. It's actually quite a big thing for a manager to drop the first choice goalkeeper like that towards the end of the season when you get into the important games, the last games. To drop the first choice goalkeeper like that it's quite a big decision. So you've got to give Farke some credit for doing that. But yeah, I think Leeds, their weakness was a little bit in defence, but they were so good attacking, and that's where they got their 100 points and all those goals from, wasn't it?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. No, I mean, you're talking about Fark, and basically, they showed him sitting on the in the chair in the chairs after the match, and you're like, what is he thinking? Like, damn, this just feels good, but will I get to continue?
That's the big question now, right? With the Leeds, there's been a lot of rumours in recent, last couple of weeks now. A lot of rumours that Leeds are looking to bring in someone else to take them in now into the Premier League because they're a bit worried with his record in the Premier League, Farke, with Leeds, that is. I know he did quite well with Norwich, but then when he went to Leeds, obviously they went down with Farke. So they may be a bit worried that, he's been very good for the Championship, but can he bring that extra level for the Premier League? So maybe they're looking to bring in someone more experienced with more Premier League experience is the thinking behind that. Because, I mean, this is the thing, right? Leeds now, when they go up now, they have to stay up for the club, for their finances, everything. When you become a Premier League club and you get all that money, you have to stay up and build on that. Because if you go straight back down, it is a fucking nightmare. Just look at what happened to Luton, right? And that's a whole different discussion. But, sometimes when teams go back down, it is a huge, dent on them as a club and a team. They lose players, everything. And then they struggle. They'll stay in the Championship for a long time because the Championship is a very competitive league, right? So now Leeds have to push on. They have to stay in the Premier League, right? So they might be looking at Farke and thinking, is he the man for that job, right? So that's what we'll see, I suppose.
Yeah, we're kind of talking about that a little bit on the on a happy hour on the stoop yesterday, and you look at, like I said, teams like Wolves, teams like Brighton. They've taken, I think managers, at least for me, kind of unknown, but I think quality tacticians and quality football, they know their football, and that the teams have shown that, there's something about them. So, maybe Leeds, have to do a little bit of research and recruiting and find that I guess not necessarily a needle in the haystack, but one of those tactical managers that have them actually playing better football and making better decisions. Because as you said, Meslier played too long. Especially when you look at the goalkeeper they had, right, and the way that he's performed late in the season. So that means that talent was always there. The talent was always there. Let's say hi to Miss Molina. I'll let you continue.
Miss Molina, the first goalkeeper. Yeah, big up Miss Molina.
Yeah,
great to see you. Yeah, I had a haircut a couple of weeks ago. It was about time. Yeah, thanks for coming as always.
Cheers to you, Mr. Tom. I don't know what you're drinking, but I assume it's not Pepsi.
Yeah. Cheers to Mr. Tom as well. I think he's saying cheers to Miss Molina. It's great everyone coming in to watch. With Meslier, it's, as I said, when you have that first choice goalkeeper and he's been a clear first choice for a long time, it's difficult to make that decision to bring him out. And even though Darlow's obviously been a pretty good goalkeeper and he can do the job, it's just difficult to make that choice, But yeah, Farke did the right thing. Now they can move on. It'll be interesting to see what they do with their squad now for next season, because they have a few good core players there that I think are good enough for the Premier League, but they also have a few players who are not good enough for the Premier League. So they'll probably have to make some changes now during the summer. And they've got a couple of players that other clubs want, right? Like I'm thinking Tanaka. There's going to be teams that want him. Can Leeds keep hold of Tanaka? Because he's obviously a key player for them in midfield. There'll probably be some teams looking at Pirro. Maybe there'll be some teams looking at Firpo. Firpo is obviously a very good player as well for Leeds. Tom's favourite man, Tom's boy, Junior Firpo with the tash
and the trophy winner. I mean, Solomon seems pretty comfortable out there on the wing. I'm not sure if that's where he will be in the Premier League, but he's been pretty solid for them all season. When they've needed goals or they needed somebody to get the ball into the box, he's been there doing that. So yeah, they've got some, they got some quality players that, maybe I assume they're going to want to start, but maybe they don't need to start, and they want to contribute to a bigger cause, because as you say, Leeds will be just trying to stay up in the league, much less trying to
Well, that's their goal, right? Their goal
yeah.
has to be to stay up. They've got to be their primary goal for next season, and then hopefully you can build on that again. Maybe add a bit more to the squad, a bit more quality to the squad, and then you go from staying up. Then you go to maybe you want to maybe go. You aim maybe a bit high. You want to go mid-table, and then after say a 3-year plan is maybe try for the European spots, like a Conference League spot or a Europa League spot, maybe in 3 seasons' time, right? So you take those steps. I think that's probably the smart way to go. But either way, you have to invest in players. Like we said, they've got a good core of players there, but they've got some players that aren't good enough as well. And it's about who you can keep hold of. Can you keep hold of the core? It's going to be easy to keep hold of the core now they're in the Premier League, right? Because that's where you want to be. And yet they'll now be able to give them better, improved contracts, so they'll get more money, which they want. So you've got a much better chance of them wanting to stay at Leeds. But it's those other players around the squad, that aren't quite good enough. They're the ones you have to sort of, what can they do to bring in, more quality?
Yeah, yeah. Now, I call Mr. Tom the king of nonsense, but I think there's something else going on. I think there's something off with him. Let's just say that.
I'd say that as a compliment. As a compliment. Mr. Tom, he knows what's best. He knows what's right.
Sam, you're now been promoted to the smartest football fan on the road trip. Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Oh man. And just and Vardy trying to get to that 200 goal mark has just put one away for Leicester. First goal, and somebody said the games of drag right now. I think Leicester is up 1-0 home to Southampton, who
Oh yeah, we've got the games going, haven't we? The Premier League.
Yeah, and Everton is still 0-0 with Ipswich. So there you go. So yeah. No, this is Vardy's easiest chance at scoring, reaching 200. I think is he 2 or 3 games short? I think 2 or 3 goals short. I think.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure his total is, but he's going to need to really get some. I think he's going to need 3 or 4 goals now.
Well, Southampton would be the team for him to get a hat trick against, right?
He should get a hat trick against them. I mean, they are hopeless.
So yeah. Should get a bonus prize for getting 100 points.
Yeah, they should get there should be like an asterisk, like there's an asterisk, like the teams that had deducted points or something like that. There should be an asterisk by Leeds 100 points champions. They had Melier in goal for about 38 of those games.
Oh man, they get a second trophy because of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they get, or is yours gold just for that? Who knows?
Maybe they turn into gold for having Melier in goal.
I was laughing because when they were going up to get their medals, they ran out of medals on his side of the stage. So they sent him away because he had to go to the other side to get that. I don't understand why. Like the players are all on one side of the stage. I don't know why they had somebody on the other side. I guess to kind of link it in, but it just looked like. No, you don't get it. You don't get a medal. But yeah, he's got his medal, and
no for you, no medal for you.
Yes, you look. We got Anthony in the house. Welcome to the show. He says, "Big up, lads. Hope you're well."
Herbert here. Big up.
The beers are flowing. All right, and you're enjoying the day. Nice. All right, so
getting towards summer now, aren't we?
Yeah. Now, that was there? Yeah, there was an earlier game today. Villa played Fulham.
Yeah, 1-0.
Yeah,
scored by Tielemans.
Yes, yeah, and then Fulham went down a man late in the game because of an injury, so that pretty much sealed the deal for them. Yeah.
Yeah, Fulham have been shit. I mean, they're a shit club.
I mean, they have quality players, and you can see it. So, will they get, as you say, will some of those players be around? You know what I mean? Because there are some quality. I mean, I don't know about you.
Players.
Is it Bassey? That one guy, he's a pretty strong,
Yeah, I'm just looking at their team now. Let's have a look what they played with today. I mean, I know some people want Sessegnon. I know some people like Bassey. Jimenez is always someone some clubs look at. Iwobi has done quite well this season. He's getting on a bit now, isn't he? Yeah, no, I mean they got a few good players, but yeah, they're just not very good, are they?
Yeah. Do you think? A lot of Premier League teams outside of I guess I say the top seven, will get I don't know how you say it, pillaged of their talent, or will that, or will it be even will it be even harder?
It's going to be interesting to see how the summer transfer window goes now, because I think there's been a lot of reluctance the last year or so to use money. It looks like the market has been a bit sort of down in terms of transfers. But it'd be interesting to see. But yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, all those good players who are in the mid-table level and especially lower table level, right? They are up for grabs, basically. I mean, those clubs are not going to be able to keep hold of them if they want to go. I mean, they're going to want to get money for them. It's about the right price. Interestingly, Liam Delap, who's been a very he's been praised a lot this season for Ipswich. He's been one of their bright points this season. Young English forward. He, now that they're relegated, there is actually a relegation transfer clause on him. I think it's about £30 million.
Yeah. Would you take it? Would you take him?
He is now up for grabs for £30 million. Now, I'm not quite sure Delap. I'm going to be honest. I haven't watched a lot of him this season, so I don't feel I know enough to really make a good opinion on that. But in my opinion, I mean, based on all the other players we know who are up for grabs, or at least can be available, Delap's not very high on the list, even though he's only £30. For me, okay, maybe you bring him in as maybe a squad player, right? For us, he'd be a squad player, I think. But I don't think Delap wants to go somewhere to be a squad player. That's the thing. I don't think he's going to want to come to Arsenal to sit on the bench. He's going to want to go to somewhere and play football. So he's probably going to go to another team that can play him regularly. For me, for Arsenal, I want to go Gyökeres. I want to go Isak. I want to go.
It's a case of a number two, right? Because we're not getting.
That's what I'm saying. Delap wouldn't come to Arsenal to be number two. That's what I'm saying. I would take him as a bench, as a squad player, because I think he would be a very good squad player for us, right? But I just don't. I mean, yes, okay, I'll take Delap for £30 million for the squad, but I just can't see that happening, because I don't think he'd want to come to Arsenal to sit on the bench. That's my point.
Yeah, but in the Leicester game, the referee got taken out. He was one of the players was running by him, and I think he kneeled. He put his head down, he's put his
head.
The
more pain referees get, the more we
No, he was out. He was out. Actually, Vardy had to walk over and blow the whistle.
Oh wow!
That's crazy. He got. Yeah, it was initially I thought the player used his arm, but no, the player was just running by, and he just probably looked to see what was going on, and then just clipped his head in the right angle, and he was down for a bit. So yeah, he's up and walking, but for those who aren't fans of the referees, are probably laughing a little bit at that one. And you know what? I've been given. I'm not going to say it because my attorney has told me not to even engage in this kind of chatter. If you want to read it, you can, but I can't.
I don't if your attorney's Gary, you know you like this stuff. You love it, Gary. You've been promoted to knowing who knows their way around a headboard officer. It's a very important position. You have to know how knowing how people know their way around a headboard. It's important stuff.
It fits in with the slag motto.
More in that kind of direction, definitely.
Yes. Miss Melina saying hi to Jose. Jose, whose tweets are ignored by one Sam Greenwood.
I mean, he chucks out about 20 different clips a day. I'm like, yeah, I'll look at one or two maybe.
I thought it was funny. You put that out there, but we have a lot of fun in the chats, so that's good. Yeah. So Leeds are top of the table at the end. Get the trophy, get the promotion, and on to better things. Mr. Tom will be. Well, it was funny on the show last night. David's like, talking about we we get talking to a West Ham fan saying, you know what, I'm looking forward to getting those 2 games against West Ham. He sees 6 points. They possibly could get 6 points unless West Ham changes the way they're doing things, because they're just lucky. I think West Ham, did they finish? I don't know if they finished 17th, but yeah.
They're going to be right down there, aren't they? They're going to be right down there. I mean, it's unlucky this season. We've got 3 clubs that have just been so bad that it's been just, it's been clear for a while that they've been going down. And it's such a shame, because if we would have had maybe that like, normally you'll have like a bottom team that's just, they're just out of it. They're just not good enough. And then normally from like 19th, 18th up to like 16th, 15th, you'll have a good little battle there. And that's what I was just so annoyed this season, because if we'd had a more like, say, normal season with those bottom teams, we would have had a Spurs relegation battle. That's what we'd have had. Spurs have been fighting for their lives in the Premier League.
Has there been a team in the Championship who's also played in the Champions League?
No.
Because that's what possibly could have happened, right? Everton has just scored, but like
yeah, that's right. If they win the Europa League, they get a position, they get a spot in the Champions League. Yeah, you're right. And if they'd have gone down, that'd been crazy. That'd been nuts.
I mean, I guess they get the revenue, but I don't know if anybody's like, yeah, I want to play for you in the Championship.
They're in the Champions League and they're in the Championship. It's like, what the fuck's going on here, man? It's like, I mean, it's bad enough that year when Liverpool came back in that incredible that season. They came back against AC Milan. They were 3-0 down at half time, and they came back and won to win that Champions League. That season they finished, I think it was like 8th. They finished like 8th, or I can't remember. They finished outside of the Champions League position. I think it was 5th or something like that. And it became a big thing after the season, because like UEFA were like, okay, well, technically they're supposed to get a position in the Champions League, but they haven't qualified through the league. So yeah, I mean, that's when they had to change a few rules around. And there was a club that lost their position in the in that to take away. There's something happened. There was a club
is that a coefficient thing, or is that?
Yeah, there was a club that lost their place that initially qualified for the Champions League, that Liverpool took their place because of that, and then they had to do some rule changes. But yeah, that's Liverpool actually won the Champions League while being like outside the Champions League qualification spots.
Oof.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, that's back in was it 2000? That was 2005, I think it was 2004, 2005. That final, it's a crazy final. I mean, Liverpool 3-0 down, and then in the second half, Liverpool get 3 goals. They end up winning on penalties. I mean, it's and Shevchenko, who was the big striker at that time, he was getting towards the end of his career, but he was an amazing striker, scored loads of goals for. He was at AC Milan, and he missed this absolutely like clear-cut chance in front of goal in the last, like one of the last minutes of the game. So AC Milan, they completely shit the bed with that, and then it went on to extra time and penalties.
Yep, Delap just got a yellow, and there you go. He's fighting with. I thought Delap was tall until that O'Brien player from Everton was standing next to him. I'm like, okay, he's not that tall, because this guy. This guy is.
I think it's more of like an English. I think there's this like English thing where if a player is decent and English, it's like all of a sudden he gets hyped up more by the English press. There seems to be more hype around English. But I mean, look at Cole Palmer, right? Cole Palmer had a good season last season, and this season he's been terrible. He's been really bad. I mean, comparatively to last season. But still, people still like, he's an 80 million, he's a 100 million player, he's this and that. Why? Because he had one good season last season, and he's English.
Yeah. The worst thing they can do is they do it all the damn time is, compared to Saka, look, it's like when you put that comparison out there, you lose like everybody's losing every time. Every
Yeah.
time. The only time, it goes the other ways when you try to compare, Saka to Salah, and it's just that's not really a comparison right now.
No,
And
Salah's been
so,
absolutely, or Salah,
so,
however you want to say his name,
so
Salah, Mo
yeah,
Salah. He's
yeah,
been absolutely incredible
yeah,
this season.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 No, I think he's definitely delivered for them. Where in the past you've seen, like we always seen him, like every once in a while he'll miss these sitters in the goal. And this season, like when they've needed it, he's been there for them. So he's done it. He's done a good job.
I
And
mean, Liverpool have been very, very,
yeah,
they've been very dependent on Salah this season. We
yeah,
talk about injuries and key injuries and stuff. I'm telling everyone, if Mo Salah had been injured this season, like had a long-term injury this season, he torn a hamstring or done an ACL or something like that, Liverpool wouldn't be winning the league. They wouldn't.
yeah, yeah,
He has scored so many winning goals for them, and
yeah,
like had games where he's won games for them this season.
yeah.
Where he's not in the equation, and Liverpool aren't winning the league.
True, true. Yeah, no, they've had kind of that perfect storm over a season in
Yeah,
regards to, like, yes, everybody's had injuries, but theirs have been not as significant and haven't affected
yeah.
them at all.
Very
Yeah,
few injuries,
yeah,
very few
yeah,
key player
yeah.
injuries.
I think
The
the
injuries
one,
they've had
yeah,
the injuries they've had have been very short-term injuries.
yeah, yeah, the one-
And then on top of that, they've had some decisions go their way, some key
yeah,
decisions go their way, which is
yeah,
unfortunate.
yeah.
And then that's it. We just haven't delivered this season comparatively.
I remember when the season started. One of the things I remember is one of the things that I wish we would have done is Liverpool rested a lot of those players that had played in the summer to start the season. Or at least they kind of weaned them in. They didn't like just throw them out there. Like we just threw Rice out there, and you could tell he was still kind of feeling the effects of a tough summer. And
Yeah, I mean, at the
and
Euros and
and so
everything.
they started slow. And one thing that I remember listening, I've listened to, I think it's Kopish, that show, Liverpool show, and they've said the one thing that they've always done is they don't start fast.
Mm.
They just build, and then once they hit their levels, then they don't necessarily coast, but they just stay right there. And then that's when, no matter what was happening, right? Like, are they going to drop points this week? And we're like, oh, well, they're down. Nope, they're not dropping points this week. Are they going to drop points
But
this
this
week?
season, it was different for them, man. This
Yeah,
season, they came out the blocks, and
yeah,
they were basically leading the Premier League very early
yeah,
on, and managed to
yeah,
basically stay there.
yeah,
Right, and that's what everyone was waiting for them to get that dip in form, because normally what happens with teams, every team apart from the top Manchester City seasons, the team will have a dip in form. They'll have a period of like 3, 4, 5 games where they're not quite hitting the levels, they're dropping points, they may be losing or drawing. That happens to every team.
yep,
And then this season, we were waiting for that to happen. Oh, it's going to happen after Christmas. And it's going to happen in March. But it just, fair play to Liverpool. They have kept that momentum going throughout the whole season. They've hardly, had any dip in form whatsoever. And that means you're a deserved Premier League winner. I mean, they haven't had a drop in form really at all this season. And that's what we wanted, to be able to catch up to them. And the few times they did have, the few times they did drop points this season, we did manage to capitalize, right? That's the thing. We shit the bed in those match days. We either drew or we lost when they lost or drew.
yep.
And that was it. We just couldn't, we couldn't catch up to them, could we?
No, no, no. Like I said, I wish we would have taken some chances in those games. Like, draws were killing us in this season.
We've got too many
And
draws this season. It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
we're at like 13 draws already or something like that. I mean, that's far too many draws.
Yep. And I think some of that, you got to take some risks. You got to actually play to the skills, the talents of your players, and kind of felt like we kind of held back and held our players back a little
Yeah,
bit.
well, another thing is, right, I don't remember all the draws now off the top of my head. I don't have that kind of memory, but
Mm.
I do believe most of those draws this season, those 13, most of those are from a winning position, right?
Yeah, like
Which
seven definitely are. I mean, if you
yeah,
think about it, the Brighton game, the Liverpool game, the
yeah.
Chelsea game, we were just leading against Villa late in the season. We were leading against Crystal Palace late in the season. Um, you know, and a 0-0 draw to West Ham is pretty much like playing with a lead. You know, you don't do that, right?
Yeah,
So,
no, I mean, so at least there's at least 7 there where you know we've had a winning position and we've dropped points, and that's just not good enough, right? You can't have 7 games where you're winning and you drop those 3 points in those 7 games. It's not good enough, right? And then the other games we've been behind and we haven't. You know, we've come back from behind basically and not gone on to win in those other games. You know, but yeah, I mean, from being in a winning position, you can't drop that many points from winning positions.
I mean, you know, City was a big one for us, right? We fall.
Yeah, that was horrible, right?
We lost it in pretty much almost extra time. So
I think that you know what? I think that sort of gave us a little bit of a. That burst our bubble a little bit, that game, because it was just like that was so significant.
That would have definitely that would have propelled us, I think, at least mentally.
Because we had some more momentum. Yeah, more momentum.
That reminds me of when we had played them really good for a half, and then
that was the season before, wasn't it?
And then hurt ourselves, and you know this is the similar thing, except for it was right at the end. So this one really hurt. We
was away. It was away as well, wasn't we? It was away.
And there's teams, and then teams after that won at their stadium, right? And
that's when they started. That's basically when they started shitting the bed. Right after that, they didn't really go on from that and do much. They had a poor season, Manchester City. But yeah, I mean, for us to be, you know, 2-1 up at the Etihad, and you know we're getting those big 3 points, big statement victory, and then fucking let them score in the last second of the game, basically. I think that really burst our bubble a little bit there.
No, for sure. Yep. Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. Actually, West Ham we lost. I thought.
We lost at home against West Ham, didn't we? I can't remember what the away game was, but we lost at home against West Ham, didn't we? Which is even worse. I mean, that's fucking terrible.
Yeah. Let's see what we did. West Ham. We beat them away 5-2, which that to me means we should at least be able to win 1-0, you know, against them if we play them at home. But no, didn't work out. Yeah. So for me, those draws coming from behind, you know, we're gonna complain about our defense not holding up, but they've done so well for those 2 seasons before that. At some point, you're gonna have to lean on another part of the team, attacking. Maybe you know what. Maybe the attack inside. Maybe you help the attack inside get better, and maybe defense can not necessarily rest, but they have the lead they can work with, right?
Yeah.
Well, Vardy's got 199, so he's got 3 more matches, or 3.5 matches left to go.
You could get it 200. You could get it.
Yeah. No, he's a good story in terms of his football, right? I mean. Probably everything else. I don't know. I think he's, pretty good, a good, person as well. At least what it seems like, anyways.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I think he does some charity work and stuff, from what I remember. But
yeah.
I've got on the one of the sports channels I have that's free. They're showing the RB Leipzig Bayern Munich game. So. Okay. I'm going to be watching Sesko play now in the background. Apparently, he scored they're 2-0 up. RB Leipzig they're playing at home against Bayern Munich, and they're 2-0 up. And the first goal that Sesko scored, from what I've just been reading, apparently is a very good goal. So I'll be watching him a little bit in this game, Sesko, because he's one of our targets this summer, right?
Yep. He is, but then when you're looking at least for me, when you've got options, as you said, far stretched for us to get Isak, but then you got Gyökeres, you've got Osimhen. I think those are 3 top of the line strikers that you could bring into your squad, right? He's not ready for that right now, right?
Yeah,
I think we need somebody who's ready.
Yeah, I'll probably rank those. If I'm looking at ranking those strikers, the ones I think are the plausible. I mean, I don't think Isak's plausible, to be honest. I just think he's going to be far too expensive. I don't think he's going to come to Arsenal.
Yeah.
But if I'm going for theoretically, I'll go. So for me, Isak is the top. Then I'll go Gyökeres. Then after Gyökeres, I'll probably go Osimhen. And after Osimhen, I'll probably go maybe like a Ollie Watkins. I think because I just think Ollie Watkins would do better for us, and he's Premier League proven, has all that experience. And then after that, I'll probably look at Sesko for me. Like Sesko's probably like 5th.
Yep. And then you've got the David, who's like I
really like to see him as well. Yeah, again, he's unproven like for the Premier League, but yeah, I would love to give him a go as well. I'll probably rank him ahead of Sesko, to be honest.
Yeah,
definitely. And probably just ahead of Watkins. So I'd go. I forgot about David, of course. He's available as free, isn't he?
Because he's free, yeah. So it's just a matter of like what kind of salary do you want?
I'll put him after. So I'd go Isak, Gyökeres. I'll go. Then I'll go Osimhen. Then I'll go David, and then I'll go Watkins, and then I'll go Sesko.
Yep. It's 2-1 in the Everton Ipswich match, and it looks like Ipswich is about to score for my alert. So it's 2-1. Everton's not being able to keep this 2-goal lead for a bit. It's almost halftime. 5 minutes to go. We got Rosie in the house. Welcome to the show, Rosie.
Hello, Rosie. Hello.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
We've got Anders is in the house. He says, "Hello, Gary." Oche, Sam.
Okay, Sam. Hey.
Okay, Sam.
Hej Anders, hur är läget? Mår ni bra? Tjenare gubban.
And that was our
I'm speaking Swedish to our Swedish fan.
And that's our Swedish moment of the show right there, folks. And Tayyib is in the house, people.
Big up, Tayyib. Hope you're well, buddy. Hope you're doing well.
It's a smelly Sam. So that's the anti-sexy Sam. So there you go.
Tayyib, hope you're well, buddy. He's good. Good lad.
Yes. Yep. And hello to Mr. Tom from Anders. 100 points. Very nice. Very nice to, yeah.
Congratulations to Anders, because he's a Leeds fan as well, isn't he? So congratulations, Anders, on the championship trophy and the 100 points.
Yes. Very nice shot there from Ipswich. Rosie's asking, how you doing, Sam?
Yeah, pretty well. Thanks. Pretty well. Raining quite heavily right now, but it's coming and going a lot. There's some sunshine on the way as well. So, yeah, you're doing okay.
Yeah, we got blue skies over here. Very nice day. I had a ham sandwich and some donuts already.
A ham sandwich and some donuts, Gary.
Oh, okay. It was one donut. I cut it. It was 2 donuts. I cut it in half. So 1 donut.
Why did you cut the donut in half, Gary?
Because it was two different. It was two different donuts. So now I can save the other halves.
Oh, so you
later.
cut half of each donut.
Yeah.
So you basically made your own like hybrid donut.
There you go.
Right. Okay. Now I get it. Because I was thinking, why are you cutting a donut in half? What's the point of that?
No. Sometimes it's to like try to be good and healthy and not eat all of them.
Yeah, because it's like if it's like the same, if you're like one donut and you're cutting it in half, it's like, how's that helping anything? You're not actually doing anything with that, right?
For sure. So, yes. Yeah. Rosie, I'm good. And Tayyib, I don't know if that's to us or not, but we are good. Everybody saying hello, and Jose. Oh man. Oh, okay. So this is So I didn't know this, but serial killers cut donuts like Gary. All right, there you go. I am not a serial killer. Sorry.
That's interesting. How donuts, the correlation between donut cutting and serial killing. Interesting.
Yeah. So Bayern actually has won the league or not? Is it?
I believe so. Yes. Let me just check. I do think they have.
Oh, it's 34. Yeah, they only have 3 matches left. They're up by 8. So they have to. I think if they are able to get a win, then they it seal it. So that's what it is. Yeah,
but they're shitting the bed at the moment, though. I mean, I'll be licensed 2-0 up against them now.
Yeah, they probably are. They did they start everybody? Let's see. No, they didn't. Thomas Muller's up top with Serge Gnabry, so they're not starting their at least they're starting attackers. Sané's in. I don't think Sané's. Does Sané start for them? I don't think so, right?
They've got so Kane must be injured or something because he's not even on the bench.
No, you're right. You're right. It says here Kane isn't even on the. Oh wait, is this the wrong team? Yeah, it is the wrong team.
They've got Kingsley Coman on the bench. They've got
Yeah.
Goretzka on the bench. I don't know
Oh,
why they have some players.
Kane is suspended. He got
Oh,
yellow
he's
card
suspended, right?
suspension.
That's it.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So they only really have. Wow, I didn't realize they had so many players out. Upamecano, Musiala,
See, that-
Davies. Wow. I mean,
So if
okay.
Leverkusen win their game in hand, they're up to 6 points. Yeah, it's not over yet. There's still 2 games to go after today for Munich, Bayern Munich.
Yeah, that would be a collapse,
But
right?
they've got a huge goal difference advantage though. So yeah, they're probably they'd have to really shit the bed the last couple of games to lose the title.
Let's see who they do they play. Let's see if they play anybody that really could make a difference. No. Munchen, Gladbach, and Hoffenheim. So,
Oh, if they're playing Hoffenheim, they're like 15th. So yeah,
so I
yeah,
think they got those are the last 2 matches, and then they have the Club World Championship as well. So that is crazy that they got to play a month later. Like, how do you sit around for a month and prepare for what I think that you want to try to win that, right? Everybody wants to kind of win that thing. So they got 3 matches there, playing Auckland City, which I assume should be a win. Boca Juniors, which I assume should be a win, and then Benfica, which is probably their toughest one. So, is it just the 3 matches, or is there like play? Is there
you're
like
talking about the Club World Cup now.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I'm
yeah?
not quite sure how the format is on that. I haven't really looked into that yet, Gary. I haven't really bothered with the Club World Cup.
Okay, yeah. I didn't know if they just play.
I think they play as a group stage to start off with, and then after that they'll have like a. I'm not
Okay,
sure if they just go straight on to like a second round
yeah, you're right.
or if
Three
they do a
round.
group
Yeah,
stage. I'm
yeah,
not quite
three
sure.
rounds, and then they have a round of 16, quarterfinals,
Yeah,
semis, and final. So they,
yeah,
yeah, an extra 4 games for those who get to the final. Huh.
yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. Got look who we got in the house as well. Your favorite, your best
Oh, look, here's the
flavor.
director of dogging is here. Hope you're well, Russ. Which car park are you going to tonight, Russ? Is it B&Q? Is it Iceland? Is it Halfords? Where's the action tonight? Is it Marks and Spencer? You going for the older crowd? Where are you going tonight, Russ? Tell us.
There you go. Ooh, ooh. He's gonna have to tell us. Everybody's saying
He's going
hello.
to have to tell us.
You're gonna have to tell us. Are you? Are you? I'm not even gonna say it. Covering the
You
Arsenal
ladies
game?
covering
They're
the
not.
Arsenal game is not important enough.
Yeah, I don't. I don't.
I'm not going to be around. I'm not going to be around for that. But if you
Yeah,
up to you, Gary.
I might. I might. I mean, I could cover it, but I might just jump on with Ryan. It's just easier to have somebody else
Yeah,
there as
why not?
well.
Yeah.
So
No point doing your own if he's doing his own as well. So
yeah, yeah. Let's see. Question for you, Sam. How did your
yes.
date go on Thursday? I heard she was a solid citizen.
Well, we as Herbert, I took out your ex-wife Kathy Barry for a date. She was great. She invited me back to her place afterwards for some hanky panky. It
Oh
was great.
wow!
We had a great time.
Oh wow! Wow!
Yeah.
I don't know this. I don't think this is for you, but I think this is for you.
Brick. Yeah, solid means something different in Scotland, apparently.
Oh, okay.
It means difficult, is what Rose is saying. So someone who's solid is difficult, apparently. Solid in
Okay.
bed, yeah.
All right. So there you go. Solid in Scotland. Oh, okay. There's a translation right there. So yeah, we need translations for whatever Rosie has to say.
Yeah, we know Scottish is not really English, is it? It's a whole different language.
It's the B&Q with a bit of wood. I heard.
Oh, that's always adding a bit of wood into it. That's special. That's going for a bit extra there.
uh, is that was she screaming? Is it in yet? Is it? Oh, did I say that out loud? Is that what you-
she was saying, "Oh, this wasn't like when I was with Wee." She was saying, "Oh, this is much better." She was saying. This is an upgrade. This is a definite upgrade.
Oh man, Leicester is up 2-0. I don't know who scored for them. Let's see. I don't think it's Vardy, unless maybe it is Vardy because You know what? If he was a couple of goals away, now he's. Oh no, he didn't score. IU scored late in the game, late in the first half. Oh, 12 minutes of extra time. Oh, that's because of the referee. Okay.
Bayern just
Yeah.
scored.
Bayern has scored. Let's
Sure
see.
the score is. I just missed it.
I'll,
But they
I'll
just
go
scored.
back here. Let's see. Dyer has scored for them.
Right, yeah, I missed who scored, but I'm seeing
Yeah.
the celebrations now.
Yeah, yeah. So I think so if they were to win this one, they go up 11 points with and the best that yeah, if they go up, if they were to come back and win this, then it's
Yeah, if
over.
they win today, I believe they do become title winners. Yeah, I do believe
And
it.
Harry Kane, you know what? I mean, this is a perfect storm of just total like disgusting nonsense. If Arsenal doesn't make it to the final and give themselves a chance, but you could have Harry Kane winning a trophy. You could have that team actually playing for a trophy, right? All in the same. Who would have thought that, right? If I told
You know
you,
what? This is there's still some.
oh, they just scored again. They just scored again. Elise just scored a minute later.
That's right. Just scored again. It's 2-2 now. That's right. Just saw it. Good goal by Elise.
I thought he was out. You know what? It said doubtful, I think, on the thing. But all right, so he is playing.
Wow, they're coming back here now. They're coming back.
Yeah, this kind of woke up and said.
But I was just gonna say, how sweet is it? Like the little bit like what they say. There's a silver lining in every cloud, right?
Mhm.
That even if Bayern Munich they win the title today, Harry Kane is not on the pitch to claim it, right? He's not on the pitch to get the trophy. Right?
You know what?
So
that makes sense.
Fucking trophy today.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah. You're still not getting a fucking trophy today if they do it.
The one thing I do like about the Bundesliga is that at the end of the season, I guess at the last home match because they're not playing at home to finish this thing off. But I know they bring out the big steins of beer, if I recall, and then they're just enjoying themselves. And I'm like,
yeah,
that is I just want to play in the Bundesliga for that. Get me on the pitch. Get me on the pitch. Get me on the pitch for that.
The thing. They know how to celebrate, right? They really do know how to celebrate there in Germany. Title wins.
Yeah. Be careful what you say. It will be used as evidence against you. Yeah, Rosie. Whatever. Whatever. You've got it's the Iceland and the BM.
Oh, that's an interesting combination, Russ. A very interesting combination.
So I need translation here because
Iceland is a food store, like a quite low cost, quite cheap like food store, and like supermarket. And then B&M is like your DIY, DIY handyman store type of place.
All right, cool. All right, he's double dipping. He's going to find different types of quality there, I assume. Get different types of clientele. Okay. What looks sweeter on telly, a left-footed volley or a right-footed volley?
That's a fucking stupid question, that is.
You didn't even hold back. He just went there. What
kind of question is that? I mean, come on. There's more important stuff to worry about, isn't it?
Damn. All right. Sorry, BX. He's just not going for it. He's not gonna play. And Rosie's talking about something that I don't know anything about any of that stuff.
Homie, don't play that.
Yes. And BX's parents are left-handed. Okay.
What does it matter? Why? I'm just wondering. Why is a left-handed man more attractive than a right man? I'm just trying to figure out why.
Yeah.
I don't understand why.
Yeah. Maybe because they're because they're different, right? It's like sometimes it's like there's few redheads in the world somewhere, and the redhead looks better.
Yeah, but okay, so they're right with their left hand, but okay, it's like so that's really different then. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. BS's grandfather was ambidextrous.
That's cool. That's cool. Being able to write with both hands, that's actually pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Rosie is saying, so am I. So I don't know.
Yeah, ambidextrous is pretty cool.
Yeah. And saying that I cannot play pool with my right hand.
Well, ambidextrous,
I know that. Yeah, it sounds like you just pretty much took away from that all. You just killed that. You were there, and then you said nah, and you just killed it. Now now it doesn't matter anymore.
I'm a bit different in the fact that I write with my right hand, but I kick with my left foot, which is a bit unusual because, normally you're kicking with and writing with the right side of your body.
Yeah, well, you're
with the same. Normally you're kicking and writing with the same side of your body was what I was meant to say.
You're strange, so there you go.
Yeah, I'm really fucking strange that way, to be honest.
Yeah. What does it say? There's something about men who can write with their left hand. So there you go. I don't know.
What, they just put it in their left hand and write it? Okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying anything, but Russ says
really special with that.
Russ says you have to be ambidextrous in his game. So I don't know where he's going with that. If he's looking.
What game is that? Is that the game of dogging? I don't know what game is that.
I don't know where he's. Look, hey Rosie, I just repeated.
Ambidextrous to play Monopoly. Is that what it is? Get Park Avenue. You have to fucking Park Lane.
Sam, you got it. You're on my side, right? All I said was what Russ said. That's all I said, right?
Yeah. I know. I'm talking to Russ.
No. So why is Rosie getting on me for something?
Rosie's not letting that headboard thing go. She's gonna keep coming back to that for the next 3 years at least.
Damn it! All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to live with this one. I can't. Why can't I? Trying to see if I can see the.
Tesco's coming off now for RB Leipzig, so they're trying to keep the point now, by the looks of it.
Oh, is that actually where you want to be? Taking off your striker.
It's only 69 minutes gone, so it's like the 69th minute. So I mean, he's been taken off quite early there. So either he's, I don't know, is he tired or is it tactical? Maybe it's tactical.
Yeah. Something's going on here. I can't. All right, maybe here. I'm trying to see if I can watch that match, but ESPN's website is acting up right now. Let's see if I can get a good look here. There we go. I can watch some of this now. So I have like 3 games going. I don't think we care about Premier League football today.
These games are a bit boring. The ones that are on at the moment are pretty boring, aren't they?
So we were talking about it earlier. Leeds being part of the Red Bull family could and would I guess could is probably the question. Their next manager come from that tree? Like, would that be like? I assume it would have to be a number one. It'd be a manager that's actually managing right now. It wouldn't be a secondary, of course, but because at least they would know. At least I believe the Red Bull family tree. The football is pretty good there, right?
Yeah, I mean Red Bull. They have their philosophy, playing attacking football. They do a lot of youth development. Especially in Austria and with the German teams, they're doing a lot of youth development there, and it's like a hierarchy, right? They'll have the talent be in Austria with Salzburg, and then if they're good enough, then they'll go on to Leipzig in Germany, and then from there, they'll sell them on to the Premier League or whatever, and it's like a hierarchy, isn't it?
I hear that. Yep. And Russ is talking about something. I don't know. You want to read this out?
I've worn out many a headboard, and I bet all those headboards have been constructed with wood from B&Q.
There you go.
Because he'll go to the B&Q car park. He'll park up. He'll get some wood for a nice little headboard. Stick that in the boot of the car, and then he'll go on and do his dogging session afterwards. So
there you go. And you got to read this one because I can't.
I was accused of knowing my way around them, Russ. Well, actually, technically not, Rosie. That's not actually technically what happened. So, we're getting a bit ahead of ourselves here because I remember what Gary said. And what Gary said was, he said, Rosie, because what it was we was talking about the lights on the headboard. And then I can't remember exactly what I said. It was something to do with there's and Rosie said, there shouldn't be lights on the headboard or something, and then And then I remember you, Gary, you said, well, Rosie seems to know like about headboards, basically, is what you said, which is not really the same thing, but yeah. But everyone took it like that, though, which was funny. Everyone did take it like that, though, which is really funny. Because you didn't mean it like that. But you said it, and then it just automatically became the wrong thing, which is so not like you, Gary. Because you normally say anything, right? Anything that's like can be construed in the wrong way. You really try not to. And then you said, "Oh, she seems to know about headboards," and you're like, "Oh dear, what did I say?"
Thank you, Sam. Lisa, you've heard it here, folks. You know, Liam, on the other hand, said he didn't want to. He didn't want to even. Yeah, he was not backing me at all. All my time on the shows with him, he didn't even want to use any of that as like a great character witness. He said he didn't. He stepped back. He took a step back. I lost a little bit of like, dude, we're friends. But there you go. Yeah. Oh man. Yes. Well. Confirmed judo master and all that.
I mean, Rosie is a judo master though, so she will judo chop you if you get
Konnichiwa. There you go, Sonny.
Konnichiwa, Sony, a bit of Mitsubishi, a bit of JBC.
What about this one?
You don't need a headboard in dogging, you use a headrest. Well, that's very astute, Russ. You generally are in the car and you need a headboard in the car. But I said you'd have the headboard in your boot because you picked it up to make later. That's what I meant.
There you go. Got Ozzy Good in the house, Steve. Thanks for joining us. I don't have a potty mouth. I barely say any bad.
Gary has a potty mouth, yeah.
I think I might have said one bad word, and that's when somebody did something really stupid in an Arsenal match. So yeah, no, I'm pretty clean.
Yeah, he said he'd know about headboards, yeah, which I think he didn't mean it that way, but yeah, I mean it did come out really funny though. It was very funny.
Let's see. You know what, Rosie? You can't say this. You can't say this.
No, he's going down to Chinatown.
You can't say that. I'm not turning heel again. I didn't do anything. What is all this?
When was the last time Gary turned heel? He didn't. Has Gary ever turned heel before? I can't remember.
Supposedly Liam says I turned heel on him. So but I think that was because he was going at my USA team. I just wasn't having it.
Which Liam are we talking about?
Liam from Mr. Arsenal podcast.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Gary going heel. I can't remember that happening.
We're in the second half. They should have got something out of this buy-in, but
yeah, I'm watching. They're pushing quite well now.
Couldn't control this one. I think he should have just take it one time. He tried to control it a second time. He should have just the goalkeeper already off his line. Just put it on goal and you probably score. But I guess that's the difference between Coleman and others. I have what?
Talks about big balls, and we all love Leeds. You're far from innocent.
I don't know.
I can't remember the big balls thing, but apparently Rosie's a typical woman, right? She remembers everything like an elephant.
I haven't been on that. I haven't been on that show. So
with like a woman, if you say something wrong, all of a sudden 5 years later she'll be like,
trying to get you. I'm not. I can't back you up. I'm already in trouble as it
is. You say something wrong, and about 5 years later, like something a bit off on like a Sunday afternoon, something's gone a little bit wrong, and then you go, what's wrong, dear? What's wrong? I can see something's wrong. She's like, well, do you remember you said that thing 5 years ago? That's a woman right there.
There you go. Yeah.
So
Rosie keeps her receipts. So there you go.
Definitely keeps all the receipts. She's got those receipts in the cupboard.
All right, Elise with another corner. Ball's up. Not a good header. Went straight out by Dyer. This one, I think he actually hit this one where he wanted to. The last one just glanced off his head for a goal. So,
have you got the game up as well, Gary?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. What minute are you in on yours?
76, 31, 32.
All right, I'm about 14 seconds ahead of you.
All right, cool. We are now doing a watch.
We're doing a Bayern Munich watch along now. I don't think we've ever done that before.
Well, we were trying to see if they can win, if they can seal the league without Harry Kane. Right? Without Harry Kane, that's crazy, right?
Yeah, to do it without if Harry Kane's not on the field again, that's another little like typical Tottenham not touching a trophy.
That's crazy, man. He's got just like I want to say bad luck. I just think it's not the stink. It's just not washed off yet.
Is that my take on women? No, it's not. I'm joking, Rosie. But you ladies like to you like to remember
Yeah.
the little things that have been said and use that later
And
on.
you know what? You know what? And you know
It's
what?
Rosie's actually proving my point today.
No. Think
Bringing up
about this.
something you
No,
said
think
weeks
about this.
ago.
You know what? You know what? Here we go. I'm going to say it. Why am I going to trial? I can't be the first person that's ever
She's
talked
doing
back to
exactly
Rosie.
what I said women do.
No. Tell me, have you said anything to Rosie that deemed a trial, Mr. Sam?
I've probably said loads of things at Demon Trial. I say things all the time about Rosie at Demon Trial. For sure.
Why am I getting a trial?
I don't know. She's digging you out. She's digging you out. She's that headboard thing really rattled her. The headboard thing really rattled her. She's not going to let you forget it, which is exactly my point I made a few minutes ago.
There you go. We got my sisters in the house.
Hey, big up, Melissa.
We were talking football, and then
we weren't talking football. We got sidetracked as we always do. That's the whole point of the road trip, right? It's right. You take those little dirt roads and those little roads. You take the wrong exit, and you sort of just stay on that road for like 10 miles, and you don't turn back.
There you go.
We've got a player through here. Oh, you missed it. How could you miss that? Or was it offside? It wasn't offside, was it?
I'll see because I'm going to be right behind you. Yeah, he's offsides by a lot. Like that flag should have. I just don't understand. Just put the flag up, man. I don't understand. Like that one is clear as day. Like there. You know how. Yeah,
put it up.
You know how Wenger said. You know what? When there's space between you and the last defender, then that is an off. That's what he would like.
Yeah, that's what Wenger wants. That. Yeah, that's what I want. You want to see that there's clear, air, light.
Yeah, there's green between them, right? When you put the line up, the line goes straight between the players and it doesn't touch anybody, right? So
yeah,
I like that idea. And Mr. Tom is getting things scanned.
Big up, Tom. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Yeah, hope you're having a decent day.
Yeah. Now we're not trying to talk about them winning a trophy, but it is scary talk because it is like it could happen. It is scary stuff. Yeah.
And it's just funny with the whole Tottenham, like the whole Kane wanting to go to Bayern Munich to win trophies, and they didn't. Obviously, last season they didn't, and he didn't win anything, which is so typical Tottenham, right? And then now. He looks like he's actually might be getting a title now with Bayern Munich, but if it happens today, he's not actually going to be on the pitch to get it, which is so great.
Yeah, his Spursiness. I said it. Yeah, I said it. His Spursiness just doesn't want him to get the good things. The good things. Gary took it into the gutter.
Into the gutter.
I did not. I don't know.
Yeah, they must be. That seat where you're normally sitting. That seat where you're normally sitting, Tom. They must be thinking, "Where Tom? No Tom today."
You know what I did in preparation for this? I just shorted Jimmy's Buffet and the cinema as well. So it's all right, Mr. Tom. I'll make up for it with the short. I just shorted them, so the stocks are going down on Jimmy's Buffet and the cinema right now because one of their established, one of their contributors, one of their revenue streams is has just been stopped. So there you go. Yeah,
it's true. I mean, they must be right away. Where's Tom? I've got a burnt steak here.
Exactly. You're like, what do we do with this? They're like, yo, just put it in front of the door so it stays open because it's hot here. I believe it's been hot in England, right?
They got like 3 burnt steaks there. They're ready to give Tom, and it's like, what do we do with these burnt steaks? And nobody else wants them. Nobody else eats burnt steaks. Where's Tom?
There you go. We've escaped this long without seeing him win anything. No. Well, everybody said as soon as you leave that team, right, you get a trophy. So there you go. It is true. It is true. All right. Everybody said, oh, and this is now Rosie has to start this. I don't know who Allison is though. So
I was based on Allison. I forget her surname now. She's a TV presenter who's on TV all the time in the UK. I forget her surname, but yeah.
There you go. So I think she doesn't have enough time to take you to court. It just will take too long. It'd be like the city. It'd be like the city trial. It just like keeps going on and on and on. And like
it'll be a trial that'll take like a year or something like that. You know, it'll be one of those.
Yeah, quick update. It's still 2-1 in Everton game.
I'd win. I'll be freed of all charges by the way, because Tom would be my lawyer, and Tom would make a fucking brilliant lawyer. Tom's gonna get me free.
Yes, he's gonna be like that umpire in that comedy movie, just extending the extra innings. Yeah, well, I guess you're saying trying to say I'm an easy mark. That's why I'm going.
Bind just scored.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet, so let me tell you how this goes. Is that I don't know who that is streaking through the middle there. Oh, they just left him open inside the box. Whoop. And that shot all the way to the far post.
They've come back from 2-0 down.
And that's Sane. They left Sane open in the box. And, paid for it. Would you take Sane? Because I know his name. I would.
Sane's good enough for our.
Is he a starter for us?
Yeah, I'll start him on the left.
Okay. All right.
I'll start him on the left for Martinelli every day of the week.
All right. Now I just didn't know if it. I don't know. I always felt like his age might have been a deterrent, but not sure what
I don't care about age. If you're good enough, I don't care about your age. If you can play a season for us and score goals and get assists and win us games, that's all I care about.
Yeah, and that shot from where he took it, we're not seeing that from. I don't think we've seen that from any of our left wings. A shot like that.
No, he's playing out right at the moment, isn't he? So
I'm sorry. Well, yeah, you're right.
I mean, we'll see that from Waneri, we'll see that from Saka, but
yeah,
I want that kind of ability on the left side as well, right? Because if we get that ability on the left side as we already have on the right side, and we add a really top level striker in the middle, I think that's really going to take us to the next level. That's what we need.
There you go. And look, there's Harry Kane in the stands. Dude, is he really not allowed to be on the field, like down there with this? Like he's not allowed to.
No. I mean, he of course.
Oh, he's suspended. He's suspended, so he's definitely not allowed
so he can't be down where the field of play is, right? But as soon as final whistle goes, he'll go down there, right? So
yeah. No, you know what? I just realized.
But it's just funny that he's not on the field to celebrate with them, like straight away.
Yeah, he should be getting cheered off as he walks off the pitch or something. But no, he's not even gonna get that. Oh man,
Sam is going to be. Tom says Sam is going to be found not guilty of every crime everyone did. Yes, this is exactly the lawyer I need. Tom is the lawyer I need. We know that's the way.
You know what? Now I realize where my friendship lays right now, because Sam, he never said that about me. I don't get it, Mr. Tom. I've been there for you through thick and thin. And Sam just showed up, and then next thing you know, you're getting him out of everything he's done or didn't do.
Tom will be calling you a racist for something again. That's what we'll be doing.
Oh man, yeah. Oh man, there you go.
See here, he's gonna fix a not guilty verdict for you, Gary. See, he's gonna help you as well.
All right, thank you. But I get I'm getting the hand-me-downs, like if he has time. You know what I mean? Like Sam comes first, and then if I have time, then I'll help out Gary. That's what I'm reading. That's where I'm going with this. You forgot there's an even Arsenal game. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. The only thing I think most of us are hoping for in the Arsenal match is that, one, we don't get any injuries, right? And two, for me, that like a lot of players that need the minutes get some minutes, just so that they can. For me, Inweri, White, Zinni. Need to get minutes, because I feel like it'd be good to see them and Tierney. And see, Tierney, we've seen Tierney come out and play, and I think he could be somebody crucial for us, right?
I think Tierney's done a good job coming on. If he comes on at left back or left wing, I think he's done a good job for us. He's been a very good squad player. So yeah. Give him a chance today.
And that's kind of at some point that's kind of what you were looking to get out of him. So it's almost like. I mean, I feel like we're letting another Xhaka go, like a player that we could use, and now we're going to have to find another player like him to come in.
But I've seen with the way we've played, we've evolved tactically since Arteta took over, and Arteta made our back players go into the middle and become like an extra midfielder when we have the ball. the way I see we do that, and the way I see like players like Lewis Skelly, Miles Lewis Skelly, Calafiori, like Timber can do on the right. You know, the way I see those players, but I can see now why he didn't want Tierney, because Tierney can't do that. Tierney can't come in and provide that level of distribution and skill that you need to come into the middle like that, right? You need to be more of a hybrid, like more skilled, you know, player, better with your passing foot and all of that. Tierney's not that. Tierney is a more traditional left-sided, you know, fullback, wing-back. That's what he is. He'll run down the pitch and he'll cross the ball in, and he'll cross the ball really well, which he's good at, which is what we want, right? We want good crosses into the box. That's his speciality, is those crosses from the left side, but he can't come into the middle like that play that hybrid role. So that I can see why Tierney was, you know, he was basically told, you're not really fitting our system, basically.
Yeah. I hear you. I want to go through these chats because it sounds like I need to do that. Yeah, it says hi. Yeah, Tom was the first person to tell Liam he would be defending you, Gary. But you know what? See, this is what you were just talking about. Remembering everything I say, remembering everything that we say. It was much more fun when I said what I said.
She's basically proving my point exactly. She's exactly proving my point earlier I made about. You know.
See, look at it, and just backed it up again. I was, come on. It was much more fun when he wasn't defending me. All right, and Mr. Tom gets that, because he would have said the same thing even if he had said something else. You know what I mean?
We've got the lineup here for the Arsenal game. You want me to read it?
All right, just let me go through this real quick.
Yeah.
Godfrey in the house. Thanks for joining us. Godfrey, thanks for joining us. I suspect Liam will be a bench. You know what? I am concerned about Liam as a judge, so you're right about that. Got Dad in the house. Welcome to the show, Dad.
Big up, Dad. Big up, Philip. Mr. Howell.
Yep. Arteta's failure. Oh, wait, is this one? Arteta's failure to adapt to his players' strengths have cost us. I'm with you on that one. I think at some point he has to lean on the strength, the talents of his players, and let them do what they do well, as opposed to like put them in a box and go, these are the rules, and we got to stick to the rules, especially when it's not working.
Yeah, I mean, the whole changing thing is a bit annoying, isn't it? Yeah, but yeah, I'll let you go through the comments and we can talk a bit about it.
Yeah. No, I kind of, yeah. So everybody's saying hello. Thanks for joining. Yes. Got a full family in the house now. So there you go.
You want me to go through the lineup? We'll do that
yes,
first.
Please. Let's do that. Let's do that.
So the Arsenal lineup against Bournemouth is, we have Raya in goal. We have White, Ben White at right back. We have Saliba back. Playing again with well, not back, I'm saying we're having him again. Kivior obviously next to him. Kivior's done really well, by the way. He has come in and been really good covering for Gabriel. Lewis Skelly is back in the team at left sided of defense. Partey, Rice, Erdegaard in the middle. So that's basically our top midfield there. And then we have Saka, Martinelli, and Trossard up front. So he's going with Trossard in the middle again up front, and leaving Merino out. Merino's on the bench. So on the bench, we've got Setford because what's his name? Neto is out. He's not available. Then we've got Tierney, Zinchenko, Clark. He's a youngster. He's on the bench. Merino, Gower, another youngster, Waneri, Sterling, and Butler Odeji. That's the bench. Yeah, you got it there.
Cool. Yeah. I'm happy to see White and I guess White. That's the only thing we did. All right.
Yeah, I think Timber's out with a knock or something. I think we're leaving him out just to make sure he's ready for the Paris Saint-Germain game.
True. I just don't get why and where he can't start a game for us, man.
I would rather start Waneri. What I would probably do is I would have Waneri try him through the middle instead of Trossard. I'd like to see that.
Yeah. At first, I wanted Erdegaard to get minutes to hopefully get him get him some semblance of form, but it's not working. I kind of felt sometimes you have to have that hard love, and maybe you sit him. and then maybe that gets a little bit more out of him.
Yeah, I
A bit
mean,
of fire out of him because he's
I'd probably rest Odegaard today. I mean, it's a good moment to rest him, right? This is a game we're not really that worried about today. It's a good chance to give Waneri some minutes, and rest Odegaard, and maybe that rest can boost him for the Paris Saint-Germain game. So either way, whether we want him up front or in on the right side of midfield for Odegaard, either way, I agree. I think we should be seeing Waneri start today. It's a bit silly that he's not starting.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, the man started Sterling over Nweri, and then the next match says Nweri, "No, you still got to sit."
Yeah,
I mean, and this is, I think, the difference between what Slot did to his team and what Arteta's doing to his. Like, you don't have that semblance of confidence and trust demonstrated to your players. And all they've done is perform when they've been on the pitch. Like, you're gonna get little blips from your youngsters. Yeah, we get that, but in reality, you've gotten some good stuff out of them when they've come out and played for you, right? I mean, so
yeah.
So I think that kind of that sucks in a little bit. Kind of hurts a little bit. Everybody's saying hello.
Your sister's happy that Rosie's having a dig at you, by the way.
I know my family loves when other people are making fun of me. I don't get it. I'm supposed to have a family. I got no respect at all.
No respect. Get no respect. There's no respect.
Buffet buddies. There you go. Yeah. As long as my dad's paying the check. Yeah. No. Just kidding. Hey, what is this? Yeah. What?
She's being vindicated for childhood, Gary.
No. You can't.
Leipzig scored.
You can't. Oh, they did. Oh,
yeah.
Wait, I haven't seen it yet. Oh,
no celebration for Kane. No celebration for Kane.
They couldn't clear the ball out of the. They got it just outside the box, and it was right
back
in.
And Kane is actually down in the box.
That is ridiculous. That is when I saw him standing in front of the tunnel, I was like, that looks a little too soon. Go back up. Go back up. Go back up to where you were sitting. They're not gonna win it today, folks. They're not gonna finish. Oh man. We're not going to win it today unless.
I love this. Anything against Kane, I love.
Man, you can see the Bayern fans like biting his hand, going, "Harry Kane, you did this." Yeah.
Love a little pass there from Xavi Simons.
Yeah, that was really, really nice. Like, they just would not clear it, and yeah, nice through ball in there. Goalkeeper is beat.
Nice finish. I think the goalkeeper's injured himself, though, I think.
Yeah, went down to try to get there. Let's see.
I think he's twisted his left knee or something, sliding for the ball.
His foot got caught, and that probably pulled some things in there. You can see his toe dragging on the ground there.
Yeah, Harry Kane standing down there in the tunnel. He's in the tunnel, and he's like, "Oh no!"
There you go. Yeah. What are you talking about, Rose? You don't know what you're talking about.
Rose, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yes.
Rosie.
Yeah. No, I don't. I just feel like you need to rotate a little bit. That's all. Got BBK Sports in the house. It says, "Good day, gents. Welcome to the show." We've gone off we've gone off the road like we have done in the past. I just didn't think it was going to happen without Mr. Nonsense not being here, but we've done it anyways. So here we go. Gary, I think you should have a word or two with Rosie and Melissa. You know what? I have an attorney for that now. Maybe Melissa will have to be on that attorney's list now. Mr. Tom, if you're listening, you got now 2 people you need to talk to. I need some help.
Well, the match is over now, and so that's no title today for Bayern Munich at the last second.
And you know what? I think they play home in the next one, so they're going to want to win that one anyway.
Next game, yeah.
Yeah, and the Sesko that comes off, I guess it worked out for them, right? Taking Sesko off because they got that goal.
Yeah.
I believe that was the case, but I do apologize. All right, what are you talking about? Yeah, it's all about family. There you go. buffet soon. Mr. Tom's going to be on a probably a strict diet, so we'll see. So there you go. The greatest man who ever lived. There you go, Mr. Philip Howell.
Serious, some serious compliments there.
Oh man, look at that. The nurse's name is Philip. Wow. Except for that, Philip's got 2 L's, so a different kind of Philip. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So Mr. Tom's got to have to deal with the Derby fans as well. So we got got 25 minutes left in the Everton match. It's a 2-1 match there. Leicester's up 2-0 in the 58th minute. Harry Kane is he should never have come down. He shouldn't come down until it was 1. I think he you know what? The stink is strong with this one. I'm going to say that. The stink and the stank, all of that. Just he's good. It's good with him. He's got it, man.
Stank.
Stank. He just can't get that stank off of him. You can't take a man. You can take a man out of the toilet. You just can't clean him up. There you go. I guess that's good if you're going back for rehab, Mr. Tom. That's a good sign. Yeah, there's like not much they can do for you there, which is a good sign. So that'll be good. We'll see how long that rehab.
Yeah, I mean rehab. That's what you want, right? That's the road to recovery, which is great.
Yep. Oh man. All right. Well, there you go. Kane delivered, right? He delivered.
That must be thinking, wow, this guy's a real bad element.
Ridiculous. Give up a goal in the 94th minute of the match. What?
Yeah.
Ay. He is terrible. All right. So that is the lineup. Everybody said we're going to play it strong, and I thought, nah, he's not going to do it this time, but he's going to do it. See, I don't like him when he does stuff like this. I mean, like, hopefully the players come out to play. Last time they didn't come out to play. So this time, hopefully they come out to play because I didn't feel like they were. I think sometimes Arteta sets up his players and then they show you what he's been saying with their actions. So we'll see if they're prepared for a Wednesday match by the way they come out and play. They need to finish this thing off early. I need Saka off at halftime. I don't know about you. Erdegaard off at halftime. Saliba off at halftime. Partey off at halftime.
Yeah, I mean, you want to try and rest some of the key players, right? Of course you do. I want to probably maybe not half time, but maybe like about the 60th minute. Yeah. Give them 60 minutes probably, and then give them the last half an hour off basically.
I mean, Saka off at halftime because then where he can get 45 minutes. That's the only reason why I would say that.
I mean, I wouldn't mind getting like Waneri getting him getting 45 minutes. Of course, I'd like to see him get more minutes because I think he deserves it, and we need to be resting. I think Erdegaard really should be rested today. I think he now he should be on the bench for today.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's a lot of I guess a lot of negative talk his way. I mean, he's not performing for us. I mean, I don't know. It's not
he's not been good really since he's had a few good games here and there, but yeah, he's been mostly disappointing since his ankle injury. I think there's something there lingering with maybe some pain or discomfort or something like that. And then he's had he's had his kid, right? So he's got all of that to attend with. Is probably not quite helping the situation in terms of his performance. So I mean, I think we'll see him come back stronger next season. But this season hasn't been great, especially the second half of the season hasn't been great for him.
Yeah, and for me, I'm hoping there's no reason to rush it. Is what I hope. Arteta, I personally would like to see Nweri get any minutes in the off season preparing, just because he's not ready. Because I think that's where he should be playing.
Yeah,
he should be playing in the middle of the pitch there. If you're gonna get the best out of him, I don't like him as a backup to Saka. I know that's where he is now. That's like Skelly. I don't like Skelly should be in the midfield. Like they're going out and purchasing players to play in the midfield, and you have from what I can tell, a really good midfielder in Skelly. Like especially.
Yeah, but he's so good. Listen, I want Miles Lewis-Skelly to be playing at that left back role, and I'll tell you why. It's because he is born for that hybrid role. I think Arteta, when he put him there, because he knew he was good in midfield, and he put him out there, and he thought, well, let's see what he can do there, basically. And he has just taken that role and made it his own. He's just completely fit into that role perfectly, because he is that perfect combination of being able to. He's strong, he can tackle well, he's athletic, and he's a good passer of the ball. He's got vision, so he does that hybrid role that left-sided defender comes into the middle when we attack, provides an extra midfielder. He does that so well. So that's why I want him to stay out there, because in my opinion, Calafiori doesn't do that as well. Calafiori is a good player, but Lewis-Skelly is just slightly better at that. And then we can have a Zubimendi, he's a 6 specialist. He is very, very good at the 6 role. So so then you can free up. He can rotate maybe with Partey, and then we leave Rice obviously in the 8 role. But yeah, I mean, if like in a situation where if you've got, Partey can't play and you want to try and keep the same shape, then I was like, okay, yeah, why not try Lewis-Skelly in that role to keep the same shape, to keep Rice out in that 8 role, because bringing Rice into the 6 role again, as we did in our last game, that didn't work. It took the whole chemistry of the team changed. It all changed because we changed the way we play basically with the positions. So for me, I want to keep Lewis-Skelly out there, and then we're going to bring in a Zubimendi who is a very good number 6, and we've got Partey as well if he signs his contract.
Yep. And so question to you, because I know Zubimendi and Partey don't play the role the same. At least I don't, from what I've seen, the little bit that I've seen of Zubimendi. They would play together or never, probably. Zubimendi.
No, they wouldn't play together because now Zubimendi is a 6. He's more of a 6 than he is an 8, and Rice is doing so well in the 8 position now. I can't see Arteta wanting to change that. Yeah. So for me, Zubimendi goes in the 6 role, and he'll either rotate with Partey, or Partey maybe he's moving on. We don't know. I mean, he hasn't signed a new contract yet, right? So we don't know if we might be moving him on. That's the thing, right?
Yeah. No, the reason why I kind of brought it up is because the things that Partey does, I don't know if Zubimendi does that in terms of like the 6 is, when I hear the 6, I'm thinking more defensive as opposed to the box to box that we talk about with Partey. I believe that means he's going to be, of course, moving between the boxes a lot more. And for me, like that PSG game showed why a Partey is missing from our team, and that's a problem for us. As opposed to if that was Zubimendi playing, would we have gotten what we wanted? Would we have been able to relieve the pressure that PSG would have put on us if that was Zubimendi starting versus a Partey starting in that position?
Well, at the moment, I mean, obviously Partey is playing very well in that like 6 role. So at the moment, I'll probably leave him in, and then if Zubimendi, I mean,
that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if we're playing a similar situation, if it was Partey or Zubimendi, I know Partey does the job, right?
Yeah.
But my question is, Zubimendi in that same situation, would we look comfortable in midfield essentially, and a comfortable playing out from the back with a Zubimendi sitting in front of that back line?
I think so. Yeah, I think Zubimendi is a very, very good player. I think he's got. I don't think he is athletic as Partey. I think Partey is more athletic. He probably gives a little bit more like defensively than what Zubimendi does. But I think Zubimendi is every bit as good from what I've seen. I haven't seen that much, to be honest, but I've seen a little bit. Is that he is very good on the ball. He transitions the ball well, got good distribution. So I think he. But yeah, if I think Partey is the better out of the 2. I will say that at the moment.
Yep. And I was just wondering, like I've been saying all along, Partey once I realized that Rice isn't going to seat Partey if he's playing healthy, if he's healthy, one, and if he's playing well, two, then Partey, we should still hold on to him. We should get another 1 or 2 years out of him, even if that second year we let him go kind of midway through, because we're at the point where Rice can do the job, or we have somebody else that can do the job, and we don't want to hold. We want him to be able to go out and do what he wants to do.
Well, the thing is, right? This is what we've been talking about, right? We've been talking about now for years that we want a squad that is top level. We want that Manchester City level squad where you've got two excellent players for every position, right? Or at least you've got someone who, if you have someone who can play different positions, that you've got really good options there for that. So Zubimendi coming in for us means we have two very good sixes, and with Partey, I'd say slightly better, but Zubimendi, he can play the six. He can also play the 8. So we've got an option there for the 8 as well if Rice can't play, for example. So for me, Zubimendi coming in, it's a very, very good addition as a top level player, and he might show that he's better than Partey. That's the thing. If we give him a chance and he really excels, that's what we want, right? We want to be able to add, increase our level to be at the absolute top of the game. So yeah, this is what we want. Zubimendi is exactly the type of player we want to come in, and they're going to have to fight it out. Him and Partey, if Partey's staying, they're going to have to fight it out for that 6 role. It's as simple as that, and that's what we want. That's exactly what we want at Arsenal. We want two really good options, world class preferably, but at least very good for every position.
Yep, I hear you.
Yeah.
Chris Nix is in the house. Thanks for joining us, Chris Nix.
Big up, Chris.
Yep. And just to let everybody know, Mr. Thomas said it here. I think it's appropriate for me to use this as the time to say, Mr. Thomas Talk Wrestling will be discontinued going forward, as will We All Love Leeds. Ben will be hosting the final episode solo. So yeah, check out that show.
Yeah, check out the last We All Love Leeds, everyone. Yeah, I think it's a good. It's a good decision by Tom to leave YouTube now behind, at least for the foreseeable future. Probably, I think it's a good idea.
All right. So he says, I do apologize, but yeah, it's for the betterment of Mr. Tom right now. So there you go. It's important to shit. Yeah. No, thank you, Rosie, for putting out those links for the shows. We got a family of shows that watch us, so it's good to push it out there and help spread the word. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, no, we're with you, Mr. Tom. Anybody who knows what's going on.
Yeah, of course, we're fully behind Tom, Mr. Tom, with his decision. Of course we are.
Yeah. He doesn't like Tyler Adams, even though
I don't think Tom likes anyone apart from Leeds players.
No, I don't know about you, but I would take Tyler Adams on our team. Like, you're talking about a 6, right? So you're talking about like bringing in a 6. Like if Partey were to go and we could afford to bring in a Tyler Adams, I would do that. So I feel like he could do the job.
Yeah, I mean he's from what I've seen, he's a pretty good player. If we haven't got Partey, if we haven't got Zubimendi, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Tyler Adams is an option, but I really do think the Zubimendi thing is happening because it seems all the major sources are saying that deal is basically done. The clubs just have to get the agreement signed basically when the window opens.
True.
So yeah.
No. That. Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing what Berta does, and
Berta. There's a lot of traction with the Gyökeres link because apparently, and again, this is just from the reports. Apparently, Berta has already had meetings with his agents. Apparently, they've agreed personal terms. They've agreed on a contract, and now it's just up to us to agree the deal with Sporting Lisbon, get the transfer fee and the payment structure and all that decided. But apparently, from what I'm reading, Berta wants to get the deal done early. He wants to get it done early in the transfer window so we can have him on board quickly, which is great because that's the thing we've been annoyed about for so long with Arsenal. We take so long to do transfers. We're always doing them at the last minute. So yeah, for Berta to come in and actually do stuff early on now, it looks like the Zubimendi deal is just about done. And then if we can get Gyökeres in early, that's Zubimendi and Gyökeres in early. That would be spectacular. But yeah, I'm seeing a lot of traction about Gyökeres as well, which would be fantastic if that's true.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Definitely, I definitely like the idea of having players come before they go on their holidays, right? Because we
Yeah, because
always
we're
see,
going
yeah,
to.
yeah,
I think what we'll see is we'll probably see something happen early in the window during their break. Because and I'm hoping I just hope the players come in before we go on that Far East tour, because
yeah,
we're going to Hong Kong and we're going to Singapore in July.
yeah,
So yeah, I
yeah,
want to do
yeah.
it. I want to see them come in
Well,
before July.
I'm talking about before they even go on their own, like they go on their
Oh
family
yeah,
vacations
I
and
mean,
stuff. And I,
I'd love that, but that's normally not the way it works. Normally they go on their holiday and then they get the shit done when they come back from holiday. But
yeah,
yeah, I mean, of course, if they can do it before the holiday,
yeah,
great.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I just feel it takes a couple of. I don't know if players typically go. All right, we finish on the 5th. I'm going on vacation on the 6th. I don't think that usually. I think they get themselves at least another week. Or I feel like they would get themselves like some days before they just head out and take a time.
Yeah.
Get away. Ipswich has just tied this thing up in the just I think it was in the 79th minute here, and there's a yellow card coming for I don't know who that is, but yeah, it's getting a little testy. Getting a little testy. Brighton, Everton has some decent plays. So Brian and Brathwaite are some really tall defenders, man. They are some really tall defenders, center backs.
Brilliant.
Oh, and I can see one of the players was trying to run at the goalkeeper, and Brathwaite just stood in front of him and then ran up and pushed him. I don't get it, dude. You knew what you were doing. They gave it to the Ipswich player. Oh, come on. The defender, the defender got in his way as he was trying to run at the goalkeeper. He ran him over, and then the Everton play ran after him. Did they both get yellows? I don't know, but that seemed a little harsh. If you got a yellow for getting trucked by the defender there, that's yeah. So
Is it
that's
time for the? Oh yes, yeah, I mean, Ipswich. I mean, them actually getting a point is like wow. I mean,
yeah,
so bad, isn't it?
yeah. Everton at
They still might not get a point though. They can still lose. Everton can still win this game.
True. How much would that team require to let Solomon go? Another loan, possibly, if no permanent deal. Oh, so Solomon is actually on loan?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So, but they'll probably figure out a decent price for him though, because I mean,
Don't you think that team could use him? I mean,
I
I
don't know.
mean, I mean, if they have a player that with that skill set, couldn't they just? I mean, I mean, it's not like they can't score. If they had more people to help them score, it's probably a better thing. But
But
yeah,
who's he going to replace it? That's the thing. Who's he going to go? I mean, if he wants, say, if he wants to play regular games, right? Who is he going to replace in the current Tottenham lineup? That's the thing.
yeah. I don't even know who plays on the left wing for them. Yeah, I don't know.
Because I know
Yeah,
Richarlison plays. Or has he played mainly on the right or is it the left? I can't remember now.
yeah. Because I mean, I kind of feel like it's not like they have anybody of like who do they have that really like who do they really have that stands out, right? I mean, I don't think they have anybody that really stands out, do they?
On the wings, no, Tottenham don't
On
really
the
have anyone really good on the wings. I'm just wondering if they would bring in Solomon to actually like play, ahead of whoever they've got. That's the thing, right?
yeah. So let's see here. I got the lineup here from the last match on the Richarlison. So yeah, I mean, is he better than Richarlison? Can he compete with Richarlison?
Well, that's the thing. I don't think even though Richarlison's not great, is he? But I just think he's got such high profile for them.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Solomon will get the ball to Solanke, right?
yeah.
Like Richarlison's not getting the ball to Solanke. Like we're talking about, like I don't know if he's not a Saka player. He's not a Saka level, but I feel like he can do the Saka things in terms of getting that ball in. He'll put the
I mean, I just think Richarlison's such a high profile player for them. I just don't think they'll probably drop him for Solomon. But yeah,
really is Richarlison really that good?
But he's
I know
high profile, right? He's got such high profile for them. That's the thing, right?
no, I know that's a money thing, but like as the football,
he's not good. No, he's not very good. We've seen that. I mean, you only got to watch him play, right? That's the thing.
Yeah.
He's not very good.
Yeah, he's a Leeds player now. Okay, so I guess maybe that's done. But I think Richarlison is somebody they would have to replace. I mean, I don't think he's given them what they wanted this season. I mean, Johnson has given him, I think, more.
But they've spent so much money on him, and they're not going to be able to recoup that money for him. There's no way they can recoup the same money. So they're going to be keeping him until his contract runs out. That's what's going to happen with Richarlison.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you look at the squad. Like that is probably their wings are probably the easiest places to improve. You got Johnson on one side, you got Richarlison on the other side. I mean, through the middle, you've got Romero and Van de Ven. You got Bentancur. I mean, and Solanke. They're not really need changes through the middle, right? Basuma and Madison. If Madison stays healthy, even though he went off with an injury, it's like. As far as the starting 11, their wings is where they probably want to.
Well, Madison played. He played on Thursday.
No, he played, but he came off injured.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's still not a. He doesn't look like a 90-minute player to me. But
would Solomon's play through the middle though, or
he would play on the left? He played on the left
exactly.
wing.
I'm saying so. I just can't see them bringing him back for Richarlison instead of Richarlison. I really can't. Which is I don't think Tom wants to get rid of him.
No, I don't think anybody wants to get rid of him. I'm just saying if he is tied to that team, then he's tied to that team, and they can decide what they.
I'm sure they could arrange. I'm sure they could arrange. I mean, they're going to be getting money now for the Premier League deal and all of that. So I'm sure they could arrange, a fee with Tottenham to keep him and all of that. So
yeah. Mr. Tom wants to see sevens.
Why not 7? Another Monica Geller, right? That's what he wants. I'm just seeing Paris Saint-Germain are currently 1-0 down away at Strasbourg in Ligue 1.
Yeah.
They're just finishing off the first half, but I see their team, PSG, apart from Barcola, they're pretty much their entire team is a reserve.
Yeah.
They're putting out they've got their second string today out.
All we can hope for is that kind of gets them a little off their game, and Arteta's players are on. I mean, I think Arteta's players, and I think Arsenal in general, they need to kind of redeem themselves with a better performance to start a match at the least, and hopefully that means we score early, right?
Yeah,
because I think that's what we need. We need to start strong. I don't like if we can hold on, right? So we needed to start strong. So that's what I'm kind of hoping to see. It is we're over 100 minutes right now. We're almost hitting gonna hit 110. So we're probably gonna let everybody get a little break before the Arsenal match and all of that. So Sam, it has been great having you on.
Good fun as always. Good fun as always.
Yeah. Tell the people where to go.
Yeah, so see what happens with Slags in the Dark now, because my boy Tom is out injured. He's out injured now. We'll see what happens with Slags in the Dark. I haven't quite decided with that yet, to be honest. We'll see. I'll make my mind up in the next few days. But yeah, of course, want Tom to get well soon. Of course, that's what we all want. And yeah, so apart from that, it's just a road trip, isn't it, with you, and probably pop on some other channels at some point. But yeah, no, it's great to see everyone as always. Have a great time here on the road trip. See if Arsenal can get 3 points today, even though I don't think really anyone cares at the moment. I think everyone's just worried about the game midweek in Paris. That's what we're all looking at. So yeah, no, but everyone have great rest of their Saturdays, rest of their weekend, and see you guys again soon.
Yes. So everybody, thank you for joining us once again. We'll do this again next weekend. Hopefully we're talking about where we go, moving on to the finals. Because I think our next match is actually on a Sunday, so I don't know if we'll be talking about Arsenal. Yeah, I think we played Liverpool away.
Yeah, and you know what? You know what's going to happen? We're going to win that game, right? Yeah, you just know we're going to win that game away at Liverpool now. That'd just be so typical, right?
So yeah, we play Liverpool away, and then Newcastle home, and then Southampton. So hopefully Southampton is that's when we use we take 10 of our players off the pitch. You know what I mean? 10 of our starters off the pitch. Hopefully there's a reason for that. You know what I mean? So we shall see if that comes about. But thank you for joining. We'll do this again. If you haven't already, hit the like, subscribe to turn your alerts on. Dad's over to watch some IPL, so enjoy that. Everybody, if you're into the IPL, check that out. If you're into the cricket, check that out. Rosie says, "Take care." Yeah, Mr. Tom will be somebody else when he comes back. I guess. At least for me, I just a healthier Tom. That's all I want. Very easy. Yes. Everybody, and we'll see you guys on the next one. We're gonna get out of here in 3, 2, and 1.
Life is a journey. Don't waste your trip. Enjoy the ride. There you go.
Cool.